in 3 days of this release, I am turning 55. This show is called 50 Plus, and so we talk about age as forefront, but also style and life and everything. And I was thinking about this particular episode, like what was I gonna say to the public? What was I gonna say to you who are watching and or listening to this episode? Um, I've been through a lot in 55 years. Some of my own doing, some that just life happens, um, situations. I've lived a varied life. I've done many things. I've lived in different cities, different states. I've had different careers. I've loved different people, different kinds of friends. I've been different sizes, ages. And I was trying to think, what can I say to people as I turn 55 of some kind of note or merit, I guess. Um, I've had incredible loss, a lot of loss in my life. I've traveled. I've survived situations. Um, I don't know. I guess and I'm sitting here like I really I just like this is a show. I have no script or anything. A lot of times I'm running my mouth on this show and I have lots to say. But this time I'm like stumped a little bit. Not every person makes it to 55, so that's very fortunate. There are times when I didn't think they was gonna make it to 55. There are situations where I could have not made it to 55. It's true. I've had so many ups and downs. My way of thinking has changed over the years. Um, I always make a joke that the older to get, the more I realize I don't know. And on some level, yes, there are things I'm still learning, which that's beautiful to still learn. There are things that confuse me and I don't understand. I don't really have any regrets in my life. There are a couple of things they could be regrets, I guess, but not really. There are a couple of things I would love to get a chance to apologize to a couple of people, possibly in my past. But everything, but if it doesn't happen, it's fine too. But everything I know that everything that has gone on and gone down in my life happened for a reason. Um, some things were my fault. Some things I was guided by what I thought. I do feel I see things in a more real spectrum than I have before in life. The longer you live through stuff. Man, there's one thing I would say to you guys that I just know that we go through a lot of stuff, but you do survive for the most part. And things that were so dire and instant and huge in one moment, in some cases, dissipate into the past and are not important. And that we have to give ourselves grace to and compassion to ourselves that we don't know all the answers at any given time when something is going down. And you also can't take anything out. I can't take anything out, the thread of my life, because one thing taken out could be the thing that changes me completely. Um, that's the good and the bad stuff. And There are things in my life I wish didn't happen. They did. And in the end, or in the way I am now, they do serve me in ways that are positive for the most part. I think last year, I've had many milestone marker years. Like this year was important, that was important. And behind me, a picture of myself that's probably when I was 3 years old. It's kind of funny looking at that. But the last year was a very interesting year for me. I would say 2018 with my Bell's palsy was another interesting year for me. Both years, I really found out who the people are in my life, what they mean to me, what they don't mean to me, what I mean to them, what I don't mean to them. I learned how people show up and how they show up. I learned about people who didn't show up too, and how to deal with that. Losing a couple of stepfathers, one that was really a stepfather, the other was my mother's husband, but was taking care of my mom. Losing them within a year, that was tough. Both of them was kind of tough. Almost losing my mother was a whole other situation. And even since then, there's been a whole different turn that many of you out there know what that feels like also. Um, my family is not conventional by any kind of means, traditional by any kind of means. Um, I have a small family within a larger family. And I mean that in the sense that I don't talk to everybody in my larger family. Sporadically here and people here and there, but there's a small group of us that really hang together, and that's it. I know lots of people in my life, but there's certain people I'm friends with, and I just I've just learned, like there's nothing I say I learned. People, well, said people are people. That's a song. That people sometimes have their own agendas. They have their own traumas. They have their own hurts, their own pains, um, that inform how they react to you. I have learned that. That's something I'm like, yes, it's it's really about whatever that's made who you are up to this point. When you intersect with me, who's made of whoever I am at this point, sometimes it works well, sometimes it doesn't. When I think of the future, I have said this before. I know folks like when I say this. I don't picture myself an old man for some reason. I don't picture it. Why? I just don't. And I mean old man since like in my 90s or 100. I just don't see that. I mean, if it happens, it happens. I don't know. But I'm looking at the next 15 years. That means I'll be 70. Next 20 years, I'll be 75. Next 25 years, I'll be 80. I am looking at what my life's going to look like. Because chances are I'll be off to work. Yeah, I do not think retirement is in my future from what I've chosen of my life. I don't even know if I would want retirement, but I just don't see it. Um, my health, depending on what that's going to be like, also. But for me, it's relationships. Who is going to continue to be around with me as I get older? And being single is not something that I want to be, and it is harder to find someone as you get older also. There's a lot of broken people out there. A lot of folks who just don't know how to communicate or don't know how to let walls down, or everybody's been hurt or they're scared or they're set in their ways. And I think about, am I going to be by myself? Is this it? Am I not going to find anybody else? Because I'm out there dating, but like try and date, but like nobody's sticking. So I was like, is that? And I believe you call people into your life for a reason, for a reason. So I'm like, is that me? So that's kind of my next chapter, looking into myself. I was like, is it me? You know, am I thinking I want somebody and I don't when I feel like I do? Um, I have, so there's more work to come. I'm turning 55, but the work doesn't end. It does continue. I have a lot of things I want to accomplish. I work at a breakneck speed. I work every single day, you guys. Just about every day. I don't have days off. I try to occasionally take an afternoon off or an evening off early and relax. But I feel such an urgency. I have a lot that I want to do. I have books I want to put out. I have music I want to put out, and audio dramas and interviews. And I do have a drive that of stuff I want to get out to you, like before I leave the earth or something. That's there also. Where that come from, I've always been that way. I like to work. My family to tell you, I was always a worker. I've been working for 40 years since I was 15 years old. Um, and so that, I guess maybe that hasn't changed, but I do feel like that's that sandwich generation. That I'm not super old, but I'm not super young. I'm in the middle somewhere, and I have the parent above me that I'm helping out with, and I have the children and grandchildren I'm looking to. So I am somewhere in the middle. But I am feeling things change. I am feeling it. I'm feeling the change. I'm feeling um less tolerable to the bullshit, less tolerable to being tolerated. The status quo of just like it's just how it always is. I'm tired of that also. I speak out a lot more than I did before. It's not, I don't know. Just these are, I don't know, just some of my thoughts. I'm sorry I don't have anything succinct and like super deep to share with you. I tried. I was thinking about that. I just couldn't. I want to read some speech or something to you guys. This show is not like that. But I'll tell you, I'm not perfect. Far from it. Don't want to be perfect. But I do try to be a good person as well as I can be. I try. And I really do. If you're in my life and in my circle, I do try to give you all of me what I can. And I guess that's all we can really do, right? And so all of you, because I'm doing a lot of this on camera, very interesting. I have a big dot on my, I got bit by something. It's like right here on my face and it hurts. I'm like, great. Wait till that goes away. But to me, it's like that's what happens. Life happens. Thing, that's what this is like. I can't put some makeup on it, I guess, but this is life. Um, I'm proud of a lot of my accomplishments. I did some really great work. I have accomplished a lot of things. I'm very proud of what I've accomplished. My resume looks good. My life resume looks good. Um, and I've still have dreams and plans. My Aunt Faith always is the big inspiration for me. She says, don't stop dreaming." She's older than I am. She has dreams and things. So I'm not giving that up. The things I want to achieve, don't know if I'll get there. We'll run out of time. Have no idea, but I'm gonna try. I work very hard. I do. I work very, very hard to give everyone out there content. You'll hear me online pushing my wares and follow this and do buy me a coffee and do my Patreon. And I know it's a lot. I know it is. It's a lot, but it's what I do. And again, I give so much. I give so much content out there than a lot of performers and content creators. And I'm dedicated to it. I'm dedicated to you. And it feels good when it's embraced. So that. So I know I'm turning 55. May 10th, I'm turning 55. Um, I made it, and I'm gonna go hear some outside my window. I made it, and happy birthday to me, and happy birthday to anybody else who has birthdays on May 10th. Just May 10th, folks. Why not? Um, that's all for now. Of course, I'll be back in new episodes. Who knows what I'll talk about at 50 plus. But we are 50 plus, and we're fabulous, and we are okay, and I have more life to live. Right.